Today is Tuesday, October 18, and the Feast of St. Luke. We might begin by considering a bit of what we know about Luke, besides authorship of his Gospel and the Acts of the Apostles. He wasn't one of the first generation of disciples who walked with Jesus, but drew his knowledge from those who were eyewitnesses. His work, written sometime between 75 and 85 of the Common Era, shows that he was highly literate in Hellenistic Greek, although he himself is thought to be of Semitic ancestry, a native of Syrian Antioch. His audience seems to have been made up largely of Gentile Christians, and some of his themes include discipleship, social justice, in which women play a prominent part, and salvation history, beginning with God's saving action in the Old Testament, extended through Jesus to the Jews and Gentiles, guided by the Spirit. In today's Gospel, Jesus appoints 72 disciples, and he makes it clear that theirs is no easy task, warning them that they are being sent out like lambs among wolves, with a mission to bring peace and cure the sick wherever they are welcomed. Furthermore, they are to bring nothing with them, given the urgency of the mission. No money, no bags to carry anything, and of all things, no sandals. We may wonder what led the disciples to accept this mission. You might want to put yourself in their position. What were they thinking? Anticipating? Were they afraid at all? Where were they going? Luke says, to every town and place Jesus intended to visit, but how did they know which and where? And what was their preparation? Jesus seems to have had no special requirements for them other than being a disciple, not even literacy requirements. The only requirements were the desire and the commitment to labor in the harvest for the Master. And what possible reward? The knowledge that they might bring peace to welcoming households, that they might heal the sick, saying to them that the kingdom of God is at hand. Only Luke, among the gospel writers, lets us see the result of their mission a few verses later. They all returned, rejoicing, noting that even the demons were subject to them. What satisfaction and joy they must have felt to be able to report this to Jesus. And a few verses later, we see Jesus himself rejoicing. I give you praise, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. For although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the childlike. What might this story say to us? We too are disciples by virtue of our baptism, confirmation, and participation in the Eucharist, and by our desire to know the risen Jesus more deeply and follow him more closely. But here's the question. What would happen if we, like the 72, really believed we could heal and bring God's peace to those in need of this? Is it possible that those whom we visit and pray for might be healed in some way, and that the peace of God would enter into their hearts? With faith in the guidance of the Spirit, we have little to lose, it seems to me, and much to gain, like these 72, for the kingdom of God. The invitation today might be to spend some time in discerning what our gifts in discipleship are, and how we might further develop these in our current life context. The challenge, among others, is a willingness to accept risk, to step into the unknown, maybe even while feeling that we lack the requirements, the credentials for the job. But what we have to gain is a possibility of bringing peace to someone, of healing someone as the disciples did, of proclaiming the kingdom through our deeds, if not our words. May we then have the courage to believe, with the Spirit's help, that we too can give peace, can heal the sick of body and spirit, can say the kingdom of God is at hand for you. May we be the laborers for the harvest, unafraid of wolves, caring little but what we have at hand, that is, ourselves. As our psalm today sings, your friends make known, O Lord, the glorious splendor of your kingdom.